Okay. Hello, friends, and we are back with another episode. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of life we lead. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. Because a true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes only by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent. Today, with us, we have such a leader. Taufeek has done so much for the Nigerian community that we can go on for completely hours on that. So, first of all, welcome Tao to this web episode and thank you a lot for giving us this time. I understand you are extremely busy guy, but finally I got you and you are here with us. Welcome at web episode.
Thank you very much, Amer, and thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you, Tao. So, before Feek is a seasonal professional with 2 decades experience in project management, technology, and business consulting. He specializes in using innovative ideas to solve complex problems and improve business performance. He has extensive leadership and management experience, delivering value and solution across different sectors, which include government and non-government sector. He had managed projects of more than 17.4 billion Nigerian capital projects. He has helped multiple consultancy to achieve the best out of there. He's an experienced trainer and facilitator. He's passionate about people development and organization excellence. He has founded and nurtured several social enterprises such as Promecon Project Management Foundation and others similar like this. He has served as a vice president of PMI Nigeria and has received several awards and recognition, including PMI's award for the most outstanding contribution to project management in Nigeria. He's married with 3 kids. So, now that was a brief introduction of basically you. Before moving forward into detail, I would like to know your journey in your words. Please share your life journey with us.
Thank you, Amer, once again, and thank you for the opportunity. And I need to commend you on what you're doing for the PM community, not only in
Mhm.
Pakistan, but globally. Thank you. So, my life journey, I don't know where to start from, but let me it's if you say life journey, that's quite broad. I was hoping that I would just talk to my professional experience. The life journey, young boy, growing up in Lagos. Lagos is the commercial capital of Lagos of Nigeria. I studied physics in Lagos State University. I'd always wanted to be a telecoms engineer because my dad was one. While he was still in active service. But somewhere down the line, I found myself still in the telecoms industry, and I was working in the project implementation department. Uh, for me, I love to have knowledge about what I'm doing. So that saw me to do my first ever project management training in Dubai. By the way, I moved to Abuja, which is the federal capital of Nigeria in 2000. So in 2005, I joined a telecoms outfit, which has always been my dream. To do telecoms. But I discovered, or do I say project management discovered me against my wish. I was posted to the project implementation department. while at the project implementation department, I realized that to succeed in my choosing career or my assignments, I needed project management knowledge. So not so many people knew about project management at that time. So the only place I could find a training was in UAE, Dubai. So in 2006, I took my first training in project management, and the same 2006, I had my first certification, which was Prince 2 certification in project management. I went ahead to join PMI still in 2006. No, I had my first certification in 2007, and I joined PMI in 2007. And
Okay.
we organized Nigeria's first ever national project management conference in 2009,
Wow.
which was at it was a national conference. The president was present. All the leaders in Nigeria were present, and it was the first ever national project management conference. We put it off. My organization, Promocon, in partnership with PMI Nigeria, that was it for me. After then, I knew that was what I wanted to do, and it's been 11 years that I've set up my company to provide consultancy services in the area of project management, technology, and trading and business consulting. So that's it in a nutshell. Married with 3 beautiful daughters. So that's life for me.
I'm really impressed by that you are saying just that's it, especially the conference you have made and the journey you have taken. It has been a remarkable journey. And summarizing the whole journey in 2 to 3 minutes is a lesson that we can all learn from you. Talking about the lesson, can you share 3 major lessons that you have learned from your journey and that you have implemented in your life? Only 3 lessons that anyone that can learn from you and they can implement in their life. Because project management is all about implementation. If we don't implement, then we don't have anything. So lessons which we can implement in our life.
So first for me, I think it's commitment to a vision.
Mhm.
Vision is very important, and you need to be committed to it. So a lot of people fail or they are distracted because they don't have a vision. And when life throws its challenges, because there is no vision with which they're living life by, it's very easy for them to leave project management, for example, and go to business analysis, leave business analysis again, go to HSC. So I see young people, it's not bad to have several certifications, but without, sense of direction. Okay, so like I said to you, I wanted to be a telecoms engineer. But when I discovered project management, I realized that this is a tool that I need to use, to drive every other thing that I needed to do. Then again, consistency over time. Like I said to you, it was 11 years ago. We celebrated 10 years of the national conference last year, which was huge. So you need to be consistent to that vision. Okay, apart from being committed to it, you need to be consistent. So today you are not seen as selling bread. Tomorrow, because they say there is money in selling books, you're selling books. The next minute they say to you that there is money in a certain trade. You move away from what you're doing. So again, you need to be consistent. And the third one is hard work. There is no shortcuts. So I've always believed whatever you need to put the blood and sweat into it, and you need to be very dedicated through hard work. So there is no other way out. You need to put in the work, and that is discipline, and that's all we do as project managers. You need to be dedicated, to put in the extra work that is required to achieve success.
Okay. So hard work is extremely important in order to achieve anything. But hard work without proper direction will leads to you nowhere. You may arrive
Yeah,
at a direction
yeah,
which you
definitely.
don't like, and
Yeah,
then most importantly, consistency. Consistency. You whatever you are doing, you don't have to do it just for one day and you expect the results that I am going to get these results. No, you have to be consistent for whatever you do. These are the three lessons that we can learn from Tao and can implement right now in our life. And I think these are just so simple lessons. And simplicity is the beauty of these lessons. We can learn and implement in our life, and anyone can do it. This not hard and fast that no one can do it if they implement these lessons. So you have done so much in your life, but if you can go back in time and change anything in your life, what would it be?
if I have to go back, I think I would have, if I had the chance, maybe I would have discovered myself earlier and repurposed my life earlier to service earlier than
Okay,
that I've done.
sorry.
Okay, maybe right from secondary school, maybe right from university. Um, I growing up, my focus was more on, my career, building, building um, an enterprise and all that. But at the end of the day, you realize that whatever you build, if there is no people um, side of it, if it's not serving, if it is not given to the society, if it's just about you, then you haven't done anything. You've just passed through the world, but you've not lived. Okay, so I wish I knew uh, the the importance of service to humanity earlier. Maybe it's something I need to teach my kids from when they're in elementary level, to volunteer, to serve the community, serve the people, because there's joy that comes with service.
There's a joy that comes with service. And I agree with 100% with on this topic. Sharing is caring. The more you share, the more you realize that how abundant you are and how much you can give it to others. And I believe in the law of giving and getting it back. Some people say it karma, some people say it law of giving and getting it back. But the real thing is having the joy to give. That is very, very true. Can you tell us something about your new book, Unlock the Secrets to Winning a Life, to a Winning Life?
So over the years, most especially when I started the project management conference, of course, as project managers, what we do more is, is communication, people management, and all that. Um, in my line of work, and also being an entrepreneur, engaging people, and also being a trainer, I realized that a lot of people come under my mentorship, they come for internship, or even as employees or team members, and I realized that this person could do more with his life. Okay, this person has the potential to achieve greatness, to succeed more, but I I realized that at some point people are at a loss. They are at a loss as to how to function at their maximum. So it occurred to me that some things that very, I've taken for granted is the fact that I've also taken time to unlock myself. Every individual is locked, just like a phone is locked to a network, maybe T-Mobile or whatever, by virtue of your experience, by virtue of the education or miseducation, by virtue of your exposure or lack of it, by virtue of you know, your environment, your mindset has been positioned to see things or see life in a certain way. So you're not seeing the opportunities that life presents. You cannot even see yourself. So for me, I've tried, for family members, friends, and team members to help them see, the other side of them, to how great they can be, and to know that people that are great actually, they're not doing anything special. Okay, so it became very, very, very what's the word to use? Difficult. Sometimes I realize that I come very hard on them because I feel you should be able to know that your life is more than this. Okay. Now, the changing, the turning point for me was when I married my wife. She also, we came from different experiences or backgrounds, and I was seeing life
Okay.
in a certain way as an
Okay.
entrepreneur,
Okay.
as a risk taker. She has always been an employee. She sees life from a security point of view. Okay, so our views were not
Great
aligned,
combination.
and I
Great
and I
combination.
so I thought of how do I make her see the world the way I see it, or how do I even unpack her? How do I, document all these things that I keep saying that seems like, what is this guy talking about? Okay, so there was a time I asked her, my wife, who are you? She kept on telling me about her qualification, her this and that. No, what is it that drives you? What is it that makes your life thick? What is it that you do for humanity? And I realize that it's not everybody that's taking time out to go through that unlocking process. So I decided to write the book in order to help people in their journey to transformation. Because where you were as a child is not where you are today. As a child, you were
Mm-hmm.
locked to a certain information. Okay, when you got to secondary school, you were locked to a certain information. By the time you got to the university, you were a bit unlocked, to a different, set of information. When you became a project manager, something was unlocked in you. So at every point in our career, we need to transform, we need to unlock. So for me, this book is about helping people through their journey of number one, discovery, and number two, how to unlock themselves from everything that the society and the environment has placed on them to start thinking great and on their way to winning in life. Success means different things to different people. Okay, some people's
Mm-hmm.
success is family, success is money, success is career, success is service to humanity. But whatever success is to you is
Okay.
for you. Once you achieve it, you have won. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some people it is religion, it's faith, is their
Okay.
connection with God. But whatever success or winning is to you, this book is helping you to connect. What we do in portfolio management, where you have organizational strategy, and you also have projects and programs, and portfolio sits in between. Okay, so your ability to achieve your goals, your vision, using these tools is what Unlock is all about.
Okay. So if we utilize unlocking bull, this your book, we will find out what basically drives us. We will go through a journey of self discovery, and through using the tools that you have given in this book, we can change ourselves and become a better version of ourselves. That's what you are saying, right?
Definitely, definitely. It has worked for me, and I
Definitely.
think it should work for any other person too.
I will highly recommend to all my viewers to go and see this book, because the way Tao has explained us, I'm
Mm.
100% sure if anyone wants to transform themselves, this is the book to get. And Tao, this is available in Amazon.
Yes, it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
Okay. So I will share the link after the end of this session so that all my viewers who can buy, the COVID is ending. We are going to have international delivery soon, so we can get that book and get at our hand. So you talk a lot about purpose, finding purpose in your life. So can you explain if how a person can find purpose in his life?
Okay. You know, like I said, we're here for we're here for different reasons. Okay.
Okay.
Even I'm blessed with a set of twins. Okay,
Mhm.
they are both girls, and I realize that these two girls they think differently. Okay, everybody has come to the world. You know, I'm not being spiritual here, but we all have a role to play. Okay, but unfortunately, your role is not handed over to you in a manual. Okay, what you're doing for the community, for Pakistan, for the world, for the PM community, it's a purpose that you've defined for yourself. You've found, you know, what gives you joy, what makes you happy, what makes you, you know, at the end of the day, it's service. Okay, but how are you serving? Okay, so what is most important for every human being is to discover that purpose. And because we've been somehow caged in a lot of thinking has been forced on us, okay, right from childhood. We want to extricate ourselves from that and define a real, you know, at the end of the day, what makes you happy? At the end of the day, what makes humanity happy? At the end of the day, what gives, what makes somebody say, because of Amer, I'm able to do this, okay? So, purpose finding needs to go through a sense of you know, letting loose, feel yourself as a bird. Okay, see life differently, see the opportunities. First of all, your perspective has to change about life. Okay, you need to change your perspective, and that is the framework that I discovered and I actually put in the book. Okay,
Mhm.
we use the Earth model, which is the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. The inner core
Okay.
is where your purpose lies. Okay, the outer core is where your capabilities are. All right,
Okay.
the mantle is where your possibilities, what you can do when we now discover your capabilities, where your possibilities lie.
Okay.
Now, when you now
Okay.
find your possibilities at the crust of life, is where the
Okay.
opportunities that your heart stays. So
Okay.
it's a beautiful model that I need you to I need every reader to unpack, and but everything starts from the core, the inner core, which is the purpose. So if you can't find the purpose, you can be rich, but I'm sure you've heard about several Hollywood actors committing suicide, rich people committing suicide because they're not living a purposeful life. Okay, they're rich,
Hmm.
they're famous, but they're not living a purposeful life. They're not purpose driven. Okay, so once you find the purpose, every other thing changes.
As you said about actors, I still remember last night I was watching the movie Patch Adam by the legendary Robin Williams. He has been my, oh, that is the book. Unlock.
That is the
Okay.
book.
Okay, I'm going to get copy of mine.
But the one on
It was
Amazon has the blue color. Okay, the one on
okay,
Amazon has a blue color. Yeah, it's a premium version that is on Amazon.
but it's also available on Kindle, right?
Not yet on Kindle, because one thing about this book is not just something you read. It's a
Okay.
workbook. Okay, it has a lot of
Okay.
exercises in it which you need to go through. All right,
Okay.
so
Okay.
you need to write on it. You actually
Okay.
need to do some writing
So
and
you have
jotting. So it's not just a book; it's a tool, it's a workbook.
so this is a real book of a trainer. A trainer has made a book that can be utilized and implemented in his life. I was talking
Yeah.
about the purpose, and I was remembering Robin Williams, one of my childhood person whom I look maybe from Peter Pan and so many movies. He did suicide. Maybe the, this is the importance of purpose. What Tao is talking about. You have to be clear about your purpose, and if you are clear about your purpose, you can achieve massive success and you can become self-sufficient. You can become happy because the life is combination of two things: science of achievement and art of fulfillment. So what Tao is talking about, you have to understand this art of fulfillment. If you understand it, your purpose is fulfilled. So Tao, very quickly, what are the top three skills for future project manager and how they can develop these skills?
Okay. Number one, you know that as a project manager, your job is about leadership. Number one
Okay,
skill of a project manager is leadership. Okay. Everything rises and falls on leadership. It's not
okay,
about the task. It's not about the constraints. It's not about your ability to, to schedule, but it's about stakeholder management. Okay, your
okay,
project is going to be as successful as how much you manage stakeholders, leading the team, and it starts from personal leadership. Okay, you need to first of all lead yourself before you can lead others. And secondly, of course, you know about 80 to 90% of what we do as project managers is communication. So you need communication. All right.
okay.
Excellent communication skills. I used to be a very shy person. I still think I am. Uh, but I had to learn communication as a project manager. Then the
Okay.
third one, which I think is very, very important, is discipline. I keep saying to
Discipline.
people, every everybody can be a project manager, but not everyone would be. Anyone can be a project manager, but not everyone will be.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? It requires
So
discipline
so leadership, communication, and discipline.
and
Guys, if you
discipline, yeah.
want to become better project manager, here is your nutshell. You need to have leadership, communication, and you have to be disciplined at whatever you are doing.
You
So
need to follow
communication,
through. You need to achieve results.
you need to follow through. So
Yeah.
since we are coming out of COVID-19 slowly, what do you think? What are the effects, after effects of COVID-19 on economic and individual life, especially for the countries like underdeveloped countries like Nigeria and Pakistan and India and Bangladesh, because majority of the humanity lives in those countries. So what do you think? What can be done, and what will be the effects of this COVID-19?
So, Amir, what is the number one enterprise factor, enterprise environmental factor of 2020?
Culture, customs, and team relationship.
COVID-19.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. You got me. Yeah, that's true.
So
The
it's
biggest.
the biggest enterprise environmental factor that happened
Okay.
to us. Okay, COVID-19
Okay.
has come to bring about change in the way we do business, in the way we our approach to agility in business. To debunk some myths around getting things done. Okay,
Okay.
COVID-19 has also come to let us know that we're we're all the same, and
Okay.
um, and to some extent equal. Okay, so there were no flights out of Nigeria for some reasons. Some people will go and have breakfast in London and dinner in New York. But with COVID-19, everybody's on what's it called on the same level. Okay, now it tells us
Okay.
as developing countries that we can't continue to rely on the developed countries for everything that we need. Okay, we need to provide some security for ourselves as developing countries,
Okay.
and we also need to leverage technology a lot.
Okay.
Okay, and we need to also make sure that our
We need to
supply
leverage
chain,
technology.
yeah, supply chain and logistics for every of our countries are top notch, and the health system needs to be in place. It's because it is only when people are healthy that they can contribute to the economy. All right. And what are the, do I say, three most critical sectors that we realized, at the after effect of COVID-19 that are inevitable? Number one is um, health. Number two is communication. Now you and I are having conversation, having this webisode because nobody has a choice right now. We
Mhm.
all have to go online and get these things done. So we need to make sure that our communication infrastructure, um, irrespective of whether you're a
Mhm.
developed or a developing country, needs to be in place. All right, the health infrastructure has to be in place, basic. Then education has to be, irrespective of whether it's in the classroom or online. We need to make sure that
Okay.
educational infrastructure are top notch also. And lastly,
Okay.
communication infrastructure needs to be abundant. Okay, so once any economy gets these four rights, then we can start leveraging. Okay, and we did not talk about, yeah, we talked about communication. Then food security. Food security is also very, very key. Okay, even in the midst of war, people need to have food. So once a country, no matter how little, I've been to um, I've been to Tel Aviv in Israel, and I realized that this country, tiny country, without um, yes, security is key also. Without so much infrastructure, without so much natural endowments, as taking care of these four or five things. Okay, and that is why Israel can withstand, so much aggression over the years. So for every economy, whether developing and underdeveloped or developed, to to continuously to survive. These four things that COVID-19 has come to show us that are very, very germane to us needs to be in place. And we need to be able to adapt to changes
Okay.
as
So
it
all
comes.
these 100%. We have to adopt to the change. We have to look about all these things. That's how I have mentioned food security. We have to improve the communication, and communication is becoming the number one tool in this physical distance. I used to have flip thoughts. Instead of saying social distance, we are not at social distance. Instead of that, we are more social now. So I will say in COVID we are at physical distance. So we have to improve all the communication, security, and each and everything. My questions can go on, but we have 30 minutes requested and we are out of time. So we would like to thank you, Tao, for giving us your time. This has been very awesome, and I would request you to come some other time.
Thank you so much, Amer, and thank you very much for everything you're doing, service to humanity. It's been nice connecting with you, and I thank you for your persistence, and your consistency in making sure that
Thank you.
I come on live. I like that. That's the spirit of a project manager. Thank you very much. Hope to
Thank you.
do more of this with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tao. Bye bye. Friends, we will end our web episode with one of the quotation, one of the theme, one of the thing that I really love. And most of the time I end my training with this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve to the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children too. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from all fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Nelson Mandela at the presidential speech. Thank you very much for listening and see you in the next web episode.